How do you approach someone that you met quite a while ago and you want to share your product with them? So let's say that you met someone a while back and you want to share your product with them. So let me tell you, I'm going to tell you guys a quick story to help you out with this one. But let me start with this. A lot of times when people ask this kind of question, they have this mentality that, well, I met this person and they'd be great for my product, and if they say no, what am I going to do, right? And that's this mentality that a lot of people have, that if one person says no, what am I going to do? There's just not enough leads out there to go around. Guys, there are millions of people in this world. You just have to ask the right questions to try to get those people interested in what it is that you're offering. And if one person says no, what you have to do is you have to recognize, number one, it's not personal. Okay, you have to have posture in your business. You have to have a sense of what I have, it will help you, and you need it more than I need you. Okay, and you really should believe that. In other words, I don't come on here whenever like, for example, you guys hear me telling you, I say, hey, listen, I've got a free web class that you can register for. This is just an example. And I say, if you want to discover my simple 3-step formula for how I enrolled over 1,000 people in less than a year, you can register for my free web class by clicking the link. But whenever I give that, I'm not being beggy. I'm not being like, oh, please, what happens if people don't join? What if they don't come to the webinar? Listen, I know if one person doesn't join, it just means that they weren't the right fit. They didn't have a big enough desire to solve the problem in their life to actually attend my web class, so they weren't a good fit anyway. That's the way I look at it. And I think, you know what? The information I give away on that web class is so valuable that if they don't register to attend, it's their loss. It's not mine. It's their loss, not mine. So my first tip to you, Sarah, is make sure that you go into this conversation with posture, knowing that what you have is genuinely helpful, and knowing that even if they say no, there are millions of other people that would potentially benefit from what you have to offer. So that would be the first thing. My second tip to you would be this. Say less to more people, okay? And I'll get to a bit more specifics of, what you should say maybe to approach someone that you met a while back. But first of all, what I would do is I would recommend that you say less to more people. And here's a great story. There's a guy named Jim, I think his name is Jim Camp. He's gone now, he's dead, but he was known as one of the world's most feared negotiators. And he started off as a door-to-door salesman. And he sold, I think it was water filters that he sold. And he basically took a lot of how he created success in his door-to-door sales efforts, and he ended up taking that into his negotiation practices, where he was able to negotiate with people who were holding people for hostage and stuff like that. I mean, like a serious deal. A lot of psychology and that kind of stuff. And the story, the way that I heard it, goes like this. Jim basically got into this door-to-door sales company, direct sales, selling water filters, and he was going door to door. The company gave him all these scripts, like, "Hey, here's what you should say when you go to people's doors to get them interested in buying our water filters." And he was going from door to door to door, talking to everybody, trying to convince them, using the whole sales script, and he was noticing he was wasting a ton of time talking to people, right? Going through this whole sales script. And he wasn't making any sales. And he was like, screw this, I'm going to do my own thing. And he started testing something new. And what he did instead was he started knocking on people's doors. When they would open their door, he'd say, hey, real quick, I don't want to take a lot of your time, but how is your water treating your hair? Something like that. Like, does your hard water, whatever. Like, he was basically, in other words, he was looking for a problem. I don't remember the exact phrasing or how he did it, but it was something to the effect of, hey, just curious, how does the quality of your hard water affect your hair? Do you notice that your hair is dry? Is it crack easily? Do you get split ends? Whatever. And he would ask these women this question, and the ones that would say, I don't have any problem, he'd be like, okay, thanks for your time. And this was a way for him to get through a lot of people really quickly. So what was he doing? He was saying less to more people. He was looking to identify a problem that his product could solve instead of trying to sell his water filters to everyone, right? He didn't say, once he had this epiphany that not everybody needs my water filter. You guys get that? Like, okay, at first he thought everybody should buy my water filter, so I'm going to go and try and convince everybody. Instead, he started looking for desire, who would have the problem that my thing can solve, and then he would introduce the thing. So even if you're talking to someone new, like cold calling, knocking on people's doors the way that Jim Camp did in that story, or Sarah, if you are going to an old prospect, somebody that you've met in the past, all you do is you simply, I think to me, the strategy or the psychology is the same. You're still looking for a problem. Hey, John, I know we met a couple years ago at such and such. We haven't reached out in a while. Hey, I was just reaching out to see if, and then you ask a question that would determine whether or not they still have the desire, right? So maybe you strike up a conversation. Hey, right, let's say that you were trying to, have a conversation about joining your business. It could be, hey, John, we spoke a couple years ago. How you doing? Are you enjoying are you still in the same line of work that you told me you were in a couple years ago when we met? How are you liking that? Listen, I don't want to take a lot of your time, but I just wanted to see, I've got this thing that I'm doing, and if you're not 100% happy in what you're doing in your job, I'm just curious to know if you might be interested in a side income project if it didn't interfere with what you're doing. Oh, no? Okay, that's cool. Hey, it was great meeting you, great talking to you, have a great day. If you know anybody who'd like to make a little bit extra money, let me know. And you just move on to the next person, right? But to me, it's about asking a qualifying question the way that Jim Camp did that gets them to say, yes, I've got the desire for what it is that you offer, and then moving into the conversation further. If they don't have the desire, I don't talk to them about my thing. This is why I get on these live trainings and I ask questions like, hey, what are you struggling with in your business? And for those people who say, I'm struggling with finding leads, or I'm struggling with closing more sales, or I'm getting so many objections in my business, I then say, listen, I've got a free web class that I think might help you to solve those problems. It'll help you to attract better quality leads to you. It'll help you to attract people so you don't have to chase them around. It'll help you to pre-qualify people so that you're less likely to have objections from prospects and resistance when you do eventually try to close the sale. If that's something that you're interested in and you experience those problems in your business, make sure that you click the link that you see on or above or below this video and register for my free web class. Now, I'm saying that to you as a call to action, but I'm also saying that as an example of how I do this online by saying, look, if you experience this problem, or this frustration, then you will really get a lot of value out of this. Here's the next step you should take. And whether you're doing one-on-one interactions or whether you're marketing online, I think the psychology of it is the same, okay? So if that was a helpful answer, give me a few thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, tap the heart button a couple of times to let me know that you liked that answer, that was helpful, that story might have given you a few ideas on how to approach your prospects a bit better. And once again, if you're interested in attending my free web class and learning how I enrolled over 1,000 people into my business in less than a year without chasing people around and without bugging my family members and friends, make sure that you click the link on or around this video and register for my free web class. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Listen, if you enjoyed this video and you want more free training on my channel to help you generate more leads and more sales and grow your business using cutting-edge strategies on the internet, take a second to do 3 things before you go. Click my face right here to subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell below to get notified every time I post new videos, and click this video to watch some more free training on my channel. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.